Another question that I'm going to answer today is, how can I maximize my LinkedIn recommendations? Great question. And every one of us is focused on wanting to improve our image, improve our brand, right? You wouldn't be watching this video if you did not value your brand and the value that your brand is going to be providing to a consumer or your place of employment or your prospect, your future client. So to maximize your recommendations, right, we know how important they are, we need to, rule number one to maximize recommendations is that you have to ask for them. My mom always told me that a closed mouth doesn't get fed. Guess what? The same thing is true on LinkedIn. You want to make sure that if you want people to recommend you, ask them directly. Say, hey, Joe Smith, can you please take a minute to recommend me and to showcase, to tell other people how great of a job I did for you. And one of the key things to do as well when you're asking for a recommendation, timing is a very critical component of that. As soon as you deliver an amazing job, don't wait till months pass by and that client has long forgotten about you. If they commend you on the extreme service that you provided them, right away, you make sure you ask them and say, hey, I'm so happy that you're happy, and I want to provide more of my services to more clients and help more people out. And what will help me in doing that is your LinkedIn recommendation. Do you mind if I send you over a quick request and you help me out with that? What's that client going to say? No, right? So they're going to be more likely to help you if you're asking for it as soon as you deliver that stellar job. So that's key number two. Number one is you got to ask. Number two is that the timing component is crucial. And then number three, the personal approach always works best. LinkedIn does a lot of stuff for you automatically, right? You send an invite to connect with someone, they will automatically fill that out, the subject line, the body. If you send a request for endorsement, they're going to also, recommendation, they're also going to fill that out automatically. One thing, and this is a very important tip, do not let LinkedIn customize anything for you, because everyone's seeing those requests. They're not very personal. And because of that, they fall on deaf ears. They'll never get a response. I get tons of invites are not personalized. I'm quick to ignore those. Requests for recommendations that are very generic, I won't even bother. I don't have time for that. However, if you invest time in making sure that that request, that ask, is personalized to that person that you're sending it to, the more likely it's going to happen, the better recommendation you're also going to get. And not only is it critical to customize it within the email, within that LinkedIn request, but it's also important that you customize it by doing it verbally, by doing a verbal, like picking up the phone and calling them and saying, hey, Mr. Client, I'm going to send you over this request. Is it okay if you help me out with this? So the personal approach is always a lot better.